Hey everybody, it's Gameragi. We're here today to start something completely new. I'm hoping to do some game development stuff on the channel for a little bit. I've been super interested in getting into learning the game development stuff. Actually been interested in game development pretty much my whole life, ever since I started playing games, so I figure now, in the middle of my lifespan, I should probably start looking at this stuff a bit more. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I actually started on a project in Unity, so I'm kind of in the middle of it already, but I'm also close enough to the beginning that you didn't miss much. I hope. Anyway, I think before we get into it, I would like to go over kind of like my history with game development, because I have touched on some things throughout my life. So like back in, what was that, 2003, 2004, when I was in high school, I had like a TI-83 calculator, you know, for math class. And it was cool because you could like make your own programs in there and, you know, draw stuff to the little graph. So I ended up making a very basic, like, block pushing puzzle game in there. Yeah, it was pretty basic, and it ran super slowly. But it was pretty cool anyway. And then I kind of didn't really do any game development stuff for like another 11 years. So then in 2015, I started getting into it again, and that's when I first started playing around with Unity, actually. And so I actually joined like a meetup group that was doing indie game development, and they were doing like make a game a month, you know, like spend a month and make a game. And like I was super new to Unity, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll try. But I didn't really have anything else going on at the time, so I ended up making the same kind of block pushing puzzle game, but in Unity, and it looks way better. And actually, I found where I was storing that, so you can actually download and play that. I might try to upload that to itch.io at some point, and have people try that out. It is a little funky because you have to like set the frame rate to cap at 60 to even be playable. But it's pretty fun. There's I think like 15 levels or something. So that's pretty cool. And then I took another 11-year break, and here I am again in 2026, trying to learn it again. I don't know what's up with the 11-year thing, but yeah, whatever. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, here we are. We're in Unity. Woo! We made it. So yes, this is the game I'm working on. Basically, it's if you ever played an MMO like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 or something, it's very similar kind of battle structure with a party versus like a boss. And so right now I'm basically just trying to get boss fights working. But you have three classes. You have the tank, the healer, and the damage dealer, or I'm calling it DPS for damage per second. I don't know where the name DPS came from, like why they call it DPS. It's kind of strange, but that's how I've been referring to it anyway. But basically, each one of those classes has its own role in the fight. So like the tank, their job is to keep the boss's attention and keep the boss from attacking the other two. And they're usually like geared up. They have a bunch of armor and stuff, so they don't take as much damage, which is perfect. And then you have the healers, pretty self-explanatory. They are healing the rest of the party when they take damage so they don't die. And the damage dealer does damage. And there you go. And each one of them has like special things to watch out for, you know. Like obviously the tank needs to survive, so don't stand in damaging stuff if you can help it. And usually the tank will have like some abilities that help reduce damage, and they also need to keep the boss's attention, right? So they have some abilities that help with that as well. The healer is going to heal people that are taking damage. Sometimes the healer has other types of heals that heal like in a certain area. They can heal multiple targets, or they can just use their single target heal. And usually they have to like watch their mana so they don't run out of mana, or whatever resource they're using to heal. Yeah, because if they run out, then everyone's dead. So that's good. And then the damage dealer needs to do as much damage as possible without pulling the boss's attention onto them. I'll probably go into that in some other video, but basically the boss has a way to keep track of who it hates the most, also known as aggro in MMO speak. So if the tank has aggro, he's attacking the tank. If someone else has the aggro, then he's going to go after them. So whenever you use an ability, it kind of builds up your threat level, and then the boss could switch targets if you're not careful. So a little bit of a juggling act for the damage dealer as well. So there's a lot going on here. I know it looks pretty basic right now. I'm not showing anything going on. I guess we can push play and see kind of where I'm at right now. But one interesting thing about this, like we have a party, right? But we don't. It's not a multiplayer game. It's actually just single player. So the other two people are going to be controlled by the AI. So you can kind of like choose whatever class you want to play as, and then the other two will do what they're supposed to do. I kind of want to get that same feel for like an MMO battle, but you know, single player. So that's kind of the gimmick here. So anyway, I just opened up the game, so we can choose what we want to be. We can be the DPS, tank, or healer. Right now, the only one with an ability to use is the healer. And it's just this one heal. I think I took this icon from Dungeon Defenders or something. This is temporary for sure. But anyway, that's the only one with an ability, but we can at least see like how the other characters are moving around. So like, let's say I'm gonna choose healer. So you can see the tank goes over here. He kind of like takes the boss and faces it away from everyone else. And like in other MMO games, you typically want to do that because sometimes the boss has some like frontal cone ability or a cleave attack, and if you're standing in front of the boss, you're just going to be targeted by more abilities. So I have it so the tank is trying to face the boss away from everybody else, and so you can kind of just like move freely around. You can collide with the outer edges. And the boss is using two kinds of abilities right now. He's using this crazy like column attack that goes to infinity, targeting somebody, and then like little circle that targets somebody too. So you can see like the other players are moving out of these attacks as well. So they're avoiding damage, and I have to avoid damages too, because if I stand in there, boom, ouchies. He hit me in my face region. Boosh! I have the little health bar doing a shaky shake whenever I take damage. Yeah, it looks pretty cool actually. But it's about as much as I have going on. I do have the healing working as well. So like you can target someone. If I wanted to heal the DPS guy, I could just click on him and then push 1. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4 on keyboard. And it'll use my heal. So I can target myself and use heal myself. It's got a little bit of a cooldown, so it like grays out for a second, and you can't use it while it's gray, and then it comes back up. So now I'm at full health again. There's no mana right now, so I can use heal forever. So this is really not a very dangerous fight at all. But it's pretty interesting, right? I mean, that's how much I got going on. It took me, I don't even know how many days. It was probably like 2 weeks at this point of messing around and trying to get things to work. But I'm happy with where we are. It is in 2 dimensions and the characters are circles, but that's fine. I think you get the picture, right? Okay. And there's no way to actually hurt the boss, so bummer on that one. Oh, and one other thing that's not working that I hope to rectify today is there's actually no way to die. So if your health goes all the way down to 0, you're still there, and nothing really happens. So we're gonna change that. Yeah. What are we gonna do? Oh, you know what? I didn't even show. Hold on. Let's go back in. Sorry, I didn't plan out this video very well at all. But it's fine. It's the first one. It's the first devlog I've ever done. Why not? So yeah, you know, at the beginning you can choose your role. Like, I want to be the tank. Blah, blah. So like, you see how the fight doesn't even start right away? The only reason it started before is because the tank just went rushing in. So I can like charge in and do tank stuff now. But at any time you can actually hit escape and switch to another person, and it'll swap. I see there's already a bug. I shouldn't have access to this heal right now. But that's fine. I can fix that eventually. But yeah, let's see, when you switch, like, it changes the color of your little hotbar. It's supposed to switch to the abilities of that person, but for some reason all 3 of these people seem to have the heal. They're not supposed to. Anyhoozle. That's fine. It's pretty cool. I didn't really intend for swapping on the fly between the 3 people, but that's actually a pretty interesting mechanic, and I feel like I could get a little overwhelming for newer people, but if you're really good at MMO party management, it might be pretty fun to do. Swap between the people while you're fighting, and it pauses all the action when you open the screen, which is pretty cool. But anyway, that's enough waffling. Let's get right into things. Okay, so what I want is for when a player loses all their health, I want them to basically, like, their little icon to go gray, and then they just stop moving and doing anything. So that's my goal for this video. Hopefully I can get that done in the 30 minutes I have left. So let's see. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna have to change right here. Basically, when you take damage, it updates the health bar with the little shaky, and then if your health is less than or equal to 0, you have died, and there's nothing that happens. It just prints out that you've died in the in the logs. So basically, I just need to implement this part here, that you have died, and there you go. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new private variable in here called isDead, and we'll set that to false initially. Oops, I didn't make a bool. Oh yeah, you might notice, like, my code editor is auto recommending stuff. That's actually GitHub Copilot. It is extremely helpful, man. It's, you know, I know what they say about having AI help you with making games, but man, it is super-de-duper helpful. Like, you can just, like, write a little comment of what you want, and it'll, like, automatically figure out what you want to do and, like, recommend all the code for you. And a lot of the time, it's exactly what you need, so this has been really handy. Anywho, so we have isDead, right? Yeah. So down here where we're, like, dying, right here, we'll just set dead. Be like, isDead is true. Guess what? You died. Okay. Then, also, we can set our color. Okay, so, oh, see that? Like, it automatically just said I wanted to make it gray. I just said that out loud. I didn't even tell it, man. It already knew. Change color of children to gray to indicate death. Correct. Children does not exist for context. Okay, I guess this is how we're gonna do it. So for each transform child in transform. So when you reference transform, that means like your current object that you're on. So it's checking each child in the current object, and then each child sprite render color will change to gray. Yeah. I think that ought to work. I don't have any way to actually revive them again. So we could just test this out and see if it works. Why not? It might just work. One more hit. Here we go. We can do it. Yes. I'm dead. I've gone gray. Haha, I can still move. I'm a ghost now. I'm a spooky ghost. Look out, DPS. Haha. Yeah, I'm immortal as well. So there you go. A spooky ghost who's immortal. I guess that's probably normal for a ghost. Cool, we did it. We made the color change. Alright. That's good. That's a good sign. Now I need to stop everything from actually happening. You need to not be able to move anymore. And actually, you know, if you're the player, like if you're the player controlled person and you die, I want to say, you know, maybe I should have you automatically pick another person. Not a big deal. I mean, you could always hit escape and choose another one. That's fine. We'll just stop you from doing anything. So we have this is dead, the Boolean value now. So all I have to do is check for this and prevent anything from happening in the update. And then we're good. So this update function here, every script that's connected to a game object, you can have this update, and basically this will run on every frame, I want to say. So any logic that needs to happen, you know, over the course of time, or like something you need to check every frame, this is where you do that. So here I have pointing the reticle little pointer dealy, which is very small, in the direction of where you're facing. And then it checks if you're a player controlled person, and then it'll do player movement, otherwise it does automatic movement. And you know what? If you're dead, nothing will happen. So what do you think of that? So we'll just do one of these. If is dead, don't do anything. Return, you're done. Update, guess what? You don't do anything else. There you go. Skip update logic if the entity is dead. There you go. I didn't even have to write that. That's it, man. I think that works. Now if I'm dead, I shouldn't be able to move or do anything. Okay, let's see what I missed. I'm sure something I missed. Come on. Stop trying to hit me, dude. Okay, I'm dead. I'm actually dead. Oh, and I can't move. I can't do anything. Can I heal myself? Yes, I can. I knew I missed something. Well, I can't move anymore, so that's a plus. Alright, so I just have to do the same kind of thing with using abilities, and you're done. Makes sense. That's pretty easy, huh? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so where... Oh my god. I really need to organize these scripts into folders, man. I don't know what I'm looking at anymore. Oh, ability input manager, here we are. See, so here we have another update. See that? This thing, the ability input manager is basically just checking for the buttons, and if you push the button, then use the thing. And if you are on cooldown, then the thing won't do anything. So all this is doing is checking for buttons and using the thing. So all I gotta do is go in here, be like, if game object entity is not equal to null. No, actually. Game object get component entity does not equal null, and game object get component entity is dead. Oh, you know, I didn't make it public. Don't. Oops. It's fine. We can fix that. Return. There you go. Alright, easily fixed. Just go back here, go there, make it public. All is well in the world. Now other scripts can see this value. There we go. So, yeah, basically it's just checking, is this game object an entity, and if it's dead. There you go. So this input manager, ability input manager. Okay. I guess I connected this to. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I connected this to each of the different people. So like here, it's just checking if it's not the player, then don't do anything. So only the player controlled one is actually running this logic to use abilities, which is good. It's perfect. That's what I wanted. Okay. Sometimes you kind of have to like remind yourself what you even did before. This is one of those moments. Okay. So now it'll check if I'm dead, and it won't let me use abilities. And I think if that works, then we're good to go, man. Maybe I should bump up the stinking boss damage, so I don't only have to get hit one time instead of a whole bunch of times. Is that going to be easy to do, though? Let's see. Oh, you know what? I think that's just... And the boss attacks. Thingamabob. Boom. Oh, sorry. Boss entity. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So it's just, right now, these attacks are just hard-coded to do 20 damage. But if I make that 100 damage, it only has to hit me one time. And then I'm real dead. Oh, yeah. Okay. Can you hit me, dude? Boom, dead. One shot. I'm dead. Okay. Can I heal myself? That's a big nope. Can I target other people? That's a big nope. I can't do anything. Oh, tank's down. He didn't avoid that one. Okay. That's fine. You know, every so often the AI can also die. That's a good thing. Okay. So I can't do anything. Tank's down. You might notice another issue with dying. The boss doesn't stop attacking the tank right now. Because when the tank dies, there's nothing to drop him from the threat table. So that can actually be the next thing we do. So let's do that. So like when the tank dies, the boss should immediately turn to the second highest threat person and one-shot them. Glorious. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be great. Okay, yeah. So in the enemy entity, so I didn't really explain this, but we have like entity, a bunch of entity classes. Basically, both the enemies and the players all have shared logic in entity, and then enemy is like a more specific kind of entity. So this is just the enemy ones. So this is logic specific to just enemies, and then the boss is specific to just a boss. Right now, I'm only planning to have bosses, but if I ever wanted to add like, you know, non-boss enemies, I could just extend enemy entity into whatever those things are. So all this logic should be shared between all enemies, and this is just boss specific stuff. Blech, specific. Anywho, it looks like in enemy entity though. So we're checking if you have an aggro manager, and then we're getting the highest threat target. So on update, we are checking, we're setting a new target every frame. Probably doesn't need to be that often. I guess if I ever optimize in the future, this might be something I do a little less often, but anyway. Ooh, it's thundering outside. Ooh, just in time for a boss mechanic to happen. Okay, so basically, get highest threat target. So I should probably put the logic here. So you're getting the highest threat target, and then right after that, if the target is dead, do it again, you know? Clear the target reference to ensure we get a new target in the next iteration. Then all I have to do is change this to, while the target is null. Again, I'm still in the infinite loop situation, but whatever. We'll deal with that later. Okay, I think this should work. Let's see. You know what? I think my infinite loop just got me. I think it just locked up Unity. I think that infinite loop needs to be handled, man. Okay, we are back. Yeah. I had to actually force quit Unity to get that to work. Okay, infinite loop, not a good idea. Alright, that's fine. So if target's null, maybe that's okay. Maybe we should just move on with our lives, you know? It's not gonna... I mean, basically the boss will just stop moving. So maybe I don't even need this do while. You know? I mean, I at least need to try... I need to at least try a few times, right? So what if we do this? We'll just do... int check count equals 3. Yeah. Prevent potential infinite loops. Correct. Hey, where was that little helpful thing when you were automatically writing this for me? AI. Eh? Check count is greater than 0. And then we'll just do one of these puppies. Check count minus. Decrement. There you go. So basically, it'll go down each time it checks, and then if we get down to 0, then it exits that. That's fine. Okay, infinite loop appeased. I think this is even more reason not to do this on every frame. Having to check every frame 3 times until there's a target. Probably not the best. I mean, I see the issue. I see it, so that means I'll fix it, right? At some point. Alright, you. Take me out to the ball game. Ah, I'm dead. Oh, look, he went to the healer. Watch out, healer. Oh. He attacks randomly so that targeting people doesn't really do much. Oh, I should probably be the healer. There we go. Now I can die. Oh, too fast. Too fast for me, man. Oh, healer down. And look, he went to the DPS. Oh, look at what happens if I die. Blah. The whole party's down. The boss is doing nothing, which is fine. Don't worry about that. Okay, cool. We did it, man. People are dying. And there we have it. We did it. We set out to do a thing, and we did it. One devlog down, man. It took a bit longer than I was expecting, but that's not out of the normal for game development, man. Everything, like, you can, like, picture in your head how I'm gonna do this. It's not gonna be that bad. And then you'll try to do it, and you'll inevitably run into weird things that you didn't even think about. But hey, we did it. the party can die. I think the boss could also potentially die. Yeah, I think the boss could also die at this point. But we aren't actually doing any damage, so maybe I'll do that next time. Yeah, that might be good. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye bye.